Welcome to Olawunmi Fajobi podcast. Today we'll be talking about the topic perception and assumption. Before we continue, let us appreciate our audience in the house. Welcome back. What does perception means? Perception means the way in which something is regarded, understood, or interpreted. Assumption means a thing that is accepted as true or as certain to happen without proof. Different individuals have different thinking style, different beliefs, feelings, objectives, and upbringing, and almost every individual behaves according to these factors. Just because of these factors, different people take different meaning for the same thing. For some, a particular thing is right, whereas for some, it is totally wrong. This is as a result of how we all take things, how we think, our point of view, and how we look at things. Perception makes us believe things that may or may not be true. Our perception also narrows our perspective to a very limited box of reality. Perception can either be A or B. It can never be A and B. Using the Samaritan story as an example, our first example for today, a man was traveling down from Jerusalem. He was robbed and wounded. The first person that passed was a priest, and the priest did not render any help. The second person who passed was a Levite, and that same Levite did not render any help. And the third person who passed was a Samaritan man, and the Samaritan man rendered help to the wounded man, took him in, and take care of him. My question now is, why did the priest and the Levite not render help? I'm sure maybe they formed one perception in their mind that, hope this thing is not a trap. What if I render this help to this person and this person dies in my hands? Will people start thinking I was the one who robbed this man? And because of those perceptions, those assumptions, they did not render any help. But the Samaritan man that rendered help got answers to all his questions. Guy, where are you coming from? I'm coming from my house. Where are you going to? I'm going to Jerusalem. What happened to you? I was robbed on my way to Jerusalem. My first question for this day is perception a reality? Perception is not reality, but perception can become a person's reality. There is a difference. Because perception has a potent influence on how we look at reality. Our perception influences how we focus on, how we process, how we remember, how we interpret, how we understand, how we decide about something, or how we act on reality. Then my second question for today is, can perception be wrong? Your perception defines the rules. I said your perception defines the rules. However, when your perceptions are inaccurate and you do not question what you believe to be true, you end up judging things without proper discernment. You end up assuming things which can be correct or not correct. An example we all can relate to is when we see a guy and a girl very close, we begin to assume they are dating. Or when we see them enter into their house, maybe a girl comes to visit a guy and he goes in to the guy's house, we assume they've gone to have sex. That's assumption for me. Yes, we might not be able to approach them to ask them the question, but if we have a relationship with them, we can ask that question, and our answer to the question will be given to us. But there are other cases where the guy and the girl are close, and one of the parties, either the guy or the girl, are assuming they are dating, of which the other party knows they are not dating. It says there is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. When you think everyone else has a problem, and you believe you are the only person that is healthy or fine or has a better solution. It is time to reevaluate yourself and figure out if it is just a perception problem. The question you need to ask yourself is there something I need to change about myself, and what would it be? Perception/assumption can affect our relationship with people, the way we think and feel, and sometimes makes us not to have listening ears when we feel we know better or we are better than our peers. We exhibit the assumption trait. For example, again, let's talk about, we know in Nigeria we like party, and there are times you don't want to go, but there's this striking thing that comes to your mind. There will be food where we are going. You know, when you assume there will be food in a party, sometimes you get to the party and they will tell you there is no food, or there is food, there is no meat, and that will just make you sad. It says the way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise man listens to advice. Our perception are what defines our behavior. When we refuse to allow any flexibility in our perception, we close our mind to possibilities and sometimes even the truth. Being flexible and open-minded can help us solve this problem of perception and assumption, and also being able to filter the good from the bad. Having listening ears, also being prayerful can help us a lot. It says, finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is anything excellent, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. The perfect solution to perception and assumption is to ask questions. When we cultivate the habit of asking questions, it lessens our worries because we are not far from the truth. It says, when in doubt, ask. And in a situation where we can't ask questions, maybe due to the fact that we do not have a relationship with the parties involved, it's safe not to begin to assume or perceive anything, because we might be right or even wrong. When we are right, the question now is, how then do you confirm you're right? It says, set your mind on things that are above, not on things that are on earth. When we set our mind on things that are important, we would hardly have time for irrelevant things. There are few things I think we can do when we begin to perceive or assume things about someone and we are not comfortable with it, or we want to get the answer to our perceived assumption. And while you are doing that, I'm sure some people would say, waiting concern you. Why you won't know? Please don't listen to them. All you can do is, number one, try to create a relationship with the parties involved. The second thing you should do is, after creating that relationship, is to ask questions. And you might be amazed that your perceived assumption might be wrong or right. But at that time, you have peace of mind. But when you cannot create such relationship, what then do you do? Please try to kill such perception. Try to kill that assumption of yours, because it can be harmful. You might not even get a solution to that perceived assumption. A lot of us, we sell bad things faster than the good things. Once I'm a friend with Mr. A and Mr. A treats me badly, I tend to spread that virus faster so that other people would not have anything to do with Mr. A. But when Mr. A treats me well, I tend to downplay the good deeds because I want to be the sole beneficiary of such good deeds. Please, my friend, I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know who is listening to me. There are things you should also watch out for. Looks can be deceiving. The way people talk, the way people communicate can also be deceiving. But getting closer to them can be helpful. I know we have people, learned people, good religious people that believes, okay, what I am doing, my perception about something is wrong or is right. Yes, you might want to change someone's perspective, but there are good ways at which you can do it. And I would say the best way to do these things is first understand the person. Know the angle where the person is coming from. Ask for past experiences. Know the upbringing of that person. There are cases where these people have been molested, these people have been raped, and they already have a perspective about people. Like some ladies, they have bad perspective about guys. Some guys have bad perspective about ladies. When you understand where those people are coming from, then the next thing is to understand if they have been healed of that past bad experiences. If not, if they are not yet healed, you just have to ensure you stand by such people until they are healed. But if you are lucky that they are healed, you begin to correct them in love. It's a gradual process. You just cannot impose it on them and let them and feel they would accept it instantly. I just want to say something. Perception and assumption can be misleading. It can make you just have enemies that do not exist. So I believe with this little talk, let us begin to change our perception and assumption about people. And maybe we need to give some people second chance. They might have changed, they might have gone to God, Lord, please forgive me, and now have a changed lifestyle. Please let us begin to have good perception about people. And I hope with this little talk, we are all blessed. And I pray the Lord will help us all. Amen. Thank you for listening. God bless you.